Are you a grown-up? Do you still like fairy tales? Me too. So I have a few book recommendations just for you. We'll be talking about books that are retellings and a few conglomerations. I really love a good reimagining. The Thousand Nights by E.K. Johnston is a reimagining of the Scheherazade story. This story is about a girl, her love for her sister, and a sinister ruler who goes from desert tribe to take the loveliest girls as his wives. He's had 300 wives, and none live longer than a day. Certain that the ruler will choose her beloved sister, our character presents herself as a willing sacrifice. Beautiful imagery and intriguing story. I read this one in one day and could not put it down. The Little Mermaid from the original Hans Christian Andersen and the incarnation by Disney are familiar to most. The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill is touted as a feminist remake of The Little Mermaid. If you want the Disney version, this is not it. There are dark and violent scenes, loads of misogynistic moments from the main male lead as well as the father of the main character. My favorite character ended up being Ceto the Sea Witch. It's very entertaining to read, but definitely not for kids. I love stories about secondary characters who turn out not at all like what the original story makes them out to be. Just like The Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly. This Cinderella retelling is about one of the ugly stepsisters and her story. So after Cinderella goes to the castle, what becomes of the stepmother and the stepsisters? Well, they're shunned by the villagers that they once looked down upon. The stepsisters, who had disfigured themselves to fit into the glass slipper, now must make a life, try not to starve, and maybe even save the day. I love the way the ugly stepsister was able to see the beauty in her strength and not to be afraid to be a strong woman. All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller. In this Cinderella retelling, the stepmother is fleshed out as a main character, and you get to gain a better understanding of her motivations. Agnes has suffered hardships in her life that Cinderella would have found familiar. Grueling, endless labor, and heartbreak after heartbreak. Maybe Cinderella and her stepmother have more in common than you would think. Bitter Greens by Kate Forsyth is a gruesome Rapunzel retelling that tells the story of Margarita, Selina, and Charlotte Rose, the writer who brought us the story of Rapunzel as we know it today. Margarita's father is caught stealing parsley from the walled garden of the courtesan Selina, and rather than have his hands cut off, relinquished his daughter to the courtesan. A very dark and chilling version of Rapunzel indeed. The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. Red Riding Hood during the apocalypse? Sure, why not? The story takes the elements of Little Red Riding Hood and weaves a post-apocalyptic survival story around them. Girl in a Red Hood? Check. Grandma's house? Check. Scary woods filled with scary things? Check. There is even an axe thrown in for good measure. Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter is a modern-day retelling of a Russian folklore story entitled Vasilisa the Beautiful. There are several characters of Russian folklore that show up, most notably the Baba Yaga, who runs a convenience store and decapitates shoplifters. What's a conglomeration, you ask? Conglomeration, a number of different things, parts, or items that are grouped together, a collection. The following books are fairy tale conglomerations with aspects of different stories all together within one world. This book I always recommend to people who like fairy tales. In this story, the main character, Jacob Reckless, is a young man who has found a magic mirror world through the ancient mirror in his father's office. He has been escaping to this world since he was young and has created a life for himself there. He has the knack for finding enchanted items like a glass slipper or poisoned apples and other magical items that may be familiar to you. Everything is great until his younger brother follows him and becomes infected by a curse that slowly is turning his skin to stone. Can Jacob help him in time? I won't tell. The Alchemist by Michael Scott is the first in a series of books drenched in fairy tales and folklore from all over the world. Set in a contemporary world, this young adult series is about the adventures of a set of twins whom prophecy predicts are the chosen ones, where one will destroy the world and the other will save it. From golems to sphinxes and everything in between, Michael Scott intertwines aspects of every imaginable kind of folklore, mythology, and fairy tale. These books really rejuvenated my love of mythology, and I ended up looking up and into all the mythology that I had loved as a teenager. Most of these titles and many more can be found on our e-library. For more recommendations or for help looking for just the right tale, please contact your local library staff. We'll be happy to hear from you. I wish you all a happily ever after.